How do you like your eggs in the morning? Scrambled until soft and creamy. Fried with crispy edges. Poached, hard-boiled, or maybe cooked alongside bacon, sausage, cheese, and butter. Most people think an egg is simply an egg, but what happens between the refrigerator and your breakfast plate can completely change the nutritional story of that meal, especially after 60. Because as we grow older, maintaining muscle, protecting the heart, controlling blood sugar, and getting enough high-quality nutrients becomes increasingly important. And eggs are fascinating little nutritional packages. Inside that shell, you have complete protein, vitamin B12, selenium, choline, carotenoids, such as lutein, and several other nutrients your body uses every single day. But here is where things become interesting. The egg may not be the biggest problem on the plate. Sometimes it is the way you cook it. Sometimes it is the oil you use. And very often it is everything you put beside it. Today, we are going to compare some of the most popular ways to prepare eggs and discover which options may make the most sense for a healthy morning routine. We will talk about boiled eggs, poached eggs, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, and the breakfast combinations that can quietly turn a nutritious food into a much heavier meal. And stay with me, because toward the end, I'll show you a simple breakfast combination that gives you protein, fiber, healthy fats, and protective plant compounds without making breakfast complicated. So before tomorrow morning arrives, you may look at your frying pan very differently. 2. Boiled eggs. Simple, controlled, and surprisingly powerful. Let us begin with one of the simplest methods. The boiled egg. No frying pan, no tablespoon of butter, no pool of cooking oil. Just water and heat. And nutritionally, simplicity can be an advantage. Eggs contain high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids. Think of amino acids as construction materials. Your muscles use them to repair tissue. Your immune system uses amino acids to produce important proteins. And many enzymes and hormones also depend on them. This becomes particularly important with age because the body gradually becomes less efficient at maintaining muscle. That is one reason protein-rich foods can become increasingly valuable later in life. But there is another nutrient inside the yolk that deserves attention. Choline. Choline plays an important role in the nervous system and helps the body produce a chemical messenger involved in memory and muscle function. The yolk also contains lutein and zeaxanthin. These carotenoids accumulate in the retina of the eye, where they participate in the eye's natural antioxidant defense system. And when you boil an egg, you can eat all of those nutrients without automatically adding extra cooking fat. A practical breakfast might include 1 or 2 boiled eggs alongside vegetables, avocado, berries, or a piece of whole grain toast. But there is an important distinction here. Boiled does not mean you need to cook the egg until the yolk resembles dry chalk. Overcooking can make eggs less pleasant and harder for some people to enjoy. For many people, a medium-boiled egg with a fully cooked white and softer yolk provides a more enjoyable texture. And that brings us to a method that many people overlook, because the next egg may be even more elegant. 3. Poached EGG, the underrated breakfast champion. Picture this: a warm egg, a tender white, a soft golden center, no frying oil surrounding it. That is the beauty of a poached egg. Poaching uses water rather than a large amount of cooking fat, which makes it easy to control the total energy content of the meal. And this matters because one of the biggest misconceptions about eggs is that every egg breakfast is nutritionally equivalent. It is not. An egg sitting beside spinach, tomatoes, avocado, and whole grain toast is one type of meal. The same egg sitting beside processed sausage, bacon, refined toast, and a large amount of butter is something very different. Your cardiovascular system experiences the entire meal, not one ingredient in isolation. When you eat breakfast, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are digested and enter circulation at different speeds. Meals containing protein and fiber tend to be more filling and can help slow digestion compared with a breakfast made primarily from refined carbohydrates. That is why pairing eggs with vegetables can be so effective. Imagine 2 poached eggs over sautéed spinach and tomatoes. Now add a small portion of avocado. You have protein from the eggs. Fiber and plant compounds from the vegetables, unsaturated fats from the avocado, and suddenly breakfast becomes much more than simply eating eggs. It becomes a balanced nutritional strategy. But there is another egg sitting on millions of breakfast plates every morning, and depending on how you prepare it, it can either remain a healthy option or become surprisingly calorie-dense. I am talking about scrambled eggs. 4. Scrambled eggs is healthy or heavy. IT depends on what goes into the pan. Scrambled eggs have an interesting reputation. They look innocent, soft, comforting, simple, but scrambled eggs can change dramatically depending on their recipe. 2 eggs scrambled in a lightly greased pan are very different from eggs cooked with several tablespoons of butter, cream, large amounts of cheese, and processed meat. The egg did not suddenly become unhealthy. The breakfast became heavier because of everything added to it. This is an important nutritional principle. Do not judge a meal by its headline ingredient. Look at the entire plate. Eggs already contain fat naturally, mostly inside the yolk, when large quantities of saturated fat are added through butter, cheese, bacon, or sausage. The total composition of the meal changes quickly. For someone trying to support cardiovascular health, That distinction can matter. So how can you make scrambled eggs healthier without making them boring? Use vegetables, spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, fresh herbs. Now, instead of simply adding more fat, you are increasing the volume of the meal with foods containing fiber, potassium, vitamin C, polyphenols, and other protective compounds. You could also cook the eggs over moderate rather than extremely high heat. Low to medium heat gives you more control and usually produces a softer texture. And here is another simple trick. If you enjoy 3 eggs, but want a slightly lighter breakfast, you can occasionally use 2 whole eggs plus an additional egg white. The yolks provide many of the egg's micronutrients, while the additional white increases protein. But now we have reached the method that creates the most debate. The fried egg. Is frying an egg unhealthy? The answer is more interesting than yes or no. 5. Fried eggs. The egg may not be the problem. There is nothing magical about a frying pan that suddenly transforms an egg into junk food. The important questions are, how much fat are you using? What kind of fat? How hot is the pan? And what are you eating with the egg? Imagine cracking 2 eggs into a pan containing a thin layer of oil. Now compare that with eggs swimming in butter and served alongside several strips of bacon, sausage, fried potatoes, and refined white bread. Those are not nutritionally equivalent breakfasts. Anti-temperature cooking deserves some attention. When fats are repeatedly heated to very high temperatures, they can undergo chemical changes. This is one reason it makes sense to avoid burning cooking oils or repeatedly reheating the same oil. You do not need smoke pouring out of your frying pan to make breakfast. Moderate heat is usually enough. And portion control matters. You do not need half a cup of oil to fry 2 eggs. A small amount in a non-stick or well-seasoned pan can be enough. Olive oil is one option that fits well into Mediterranean-style eating patterns. And when you serve those eggs, surround them with foods your cardiovascular system will appreciate. Tomatoes, leafy greens, beans, avocado, whole grains, fresh fruit. Suddenly, your fried eggs become part of a completely different nutritional environment. But there is one mistake that may matter even more than whether your egg is boiled or fried. It is what many people automatically put beside their eggs every morning. 6. The real breakfast problem may be what you eat with your EGZs. Imagine 2 breakfast plates. Plate number 1 contains 2 eggs, spinach, tomato, avocado, berries, and whole grain toast. Plate number 2 contains 2 eggs, bacon, sausage, processed cheese, hash browns, and heavily buttered white toast. Both contain 2 eggs. But physiologically, these meals are completely different. This is why nutrition can become misleading when we obsess over one food. Your arteries do not see individual foods. Your liver does not process foods in isolation. Your blood sugar does not respond to marketing labels. Your body experiences the entire dietary pattern. One major concern with traditional processed breakfast meats is that they can contain large amounts of sodium and saturated fat, and processed meats are generally foods worth limiting rather than making the foundation of breakfast every day. Then there is fiber. Eggs contain essentially no dietary fiber. That does not make eggs bad. It simply means something else on the plate should ideally provide it. Fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria. It helps support regular bowel movements. It contributes to cholesterol management, and fiber-containing foods can slow the digestion of carbohydrates. So instead of asking only, how many eggs should I eat? Ask another question. What can I eat with my eggs? Try eggs with beans and tomato, eggs with spinach and avocado, a vegetable omelette with berries on the side, boiled eggs with a large salad, or poached eggs with vegetables and whole grain toast. And if you want an especially simple rule, remember this: let eggs provide the protein and let plants provide the color. The more colorful vegetables and fruits you include throughout the day, the broader the variety of protective compounds you are likely to consume. And now we can finally answer the question we started with. How should you like your eggs in the morning? The best way to eat your morning eggs: boiled, poached, scrambled, or lightly fried. There is no single cooking method that every person must use. The bigger lesson is much simpler. Keep the preparation reasonable. Avoid burning your cooking fat. Be mindful of how much butter, cheese, and processed meat is entering the meal. And build the rest of your plate around whole foods. For many people, a simple breakfast, such as 1 or 2 eggs with vegetables, a source of fiber, and perhaps some fruit, can provide a satisfying combination of protein and micronutrients. And remember, the yolk is not merely the yellow part of the egg. It contains nutrients such as choline, vitamin B12, selenium, lutein, and so unless you have been advised otherwise by your healthcare professional, there is usually no reason to automatically throw every yolk away. Nutrition is rarely about one miracle food, and it is rarely about one forbidden food. It is about the pattern you repeat, morning after morning, week after week, year after year. And that is what makes breakfast so powerful, because tomorrow morning gives you another opportunity to build a meal that supports your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your energy. Now I want to hear from you. How do you like your eggs in the morning? Boiled, scrambled, poached, fried? Tell us in the comments below. And if you learned something useful today, hit the like button, subscribe to Healthy Fruits, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next video about the everyday foods that may help protect your health as you age. Share this video with someone who eats eggs every morning, because sometimes improving your health does not require changing everything. Sometimes it begins with changing what is on your breakfast plate.